everybody, and welcome to another live stream here on youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini. That's me, I'm Johnny Chiodini. Hello, it's nice to see you all. It's a Tuesday, which feels very different because, well, normally we do this on a Monday, as I'm sure you're well aware. But hey, yesterday I wasn't feeling very good, so I thought, let's postpone the stream rather than outright cancelling it. And then here we are, 24 hours later. I no longer feel queasy, so let's do some painting. What are we going to paint today? That's a great question. So, let me introduce you to some models which I believe are going to be older than a good number of people in chat, because what I have here is a... Oops, let's the base come off that one. I've got a 3rd edition Dwarf Blood Bowl team for, well, Games Workshop's Blood Bowl. And these models were released in 1994. So these are not only pewter, but they are actually still lead-based pewter. So I shan't be putting these in my mouth, because that would be very bad for me. But yeah, 1994, these were released, so they're 28 years old. But we're going to paint them up. I picked these up off eBay. They were actually going quite cheap, which was pleasant. And if you're a regular on these streams, you'll know that I play dwarf team, excuse me, in the Blood Bowl League. I helped found, and I don't know, I saw these going quite cheap on eBay, and I thought, you know what, yeah, let's snap these up. So I've had them for a little while now, and this week I was trying to work out what I wanted to paint, and I wasn't feeling mega inspired, and I thought, I know, let's toy around with some classic Blood Bowl models, or as Grumsons calls them, forbidden snacks. I suppose technically all Warhammer, like all miniatures, are forbidden snacks, but these ones are especially forbidden, owing to their lead content. So there we go. Glad to see so many of you are actually, yes, younger than these models. And Zega Genesis says, why does Johnny's beard look sparkly? It's just solely because of the resolution of this camera. You can see how that's picking up so many individual hairs, that when we shrink it down, it looks like my beard is full of static electricity. Do not worry. I'm not being electrocuted. It's all fine. So, we're going to start off with a Citadel Colour small base brush. This is a synthetic one, it's great. And we're going to start, as we normally do, blocking in some skin tones on these here dwarves. I think these are actually going to be quite fun and quite straightforward to paint. They're kind of, back in the 90s, Games Workshop sculpts were chunky like this. Obviously this is a dwarf, so it's kind of exaggerated, the squat chunkiness, but they were sort of chunky, and they weren't that complicated, which is nice, because sometimes, I'm not going to lie, I find Games Workshop sculpts a little bit finicky, a little bit fiddly. I was painting, do you remember the other week I did a stream on underpainting, and I showed you all how I sort of work with black and white paints to kind of develop a sense of light and shade when I'm painting a miniature. Well, I went to actually paint one of those on a day off the other day, and I didn't enjoy it at all. I felt like it was a really fiddly sculpt, and like there was lots of detail, but it was all very small and fiddly, and like I didn't feel like it enhanced the model or made it fun to paint. So that was a bit difficult. But hey ho. Anyway. So like I say, yeah, these sculpts, they're fairly straightforward, so I think I'm going to have quite a good time painting them. They also have very little skin on show, unless we're talking about the Troll Slayers, who are topless and just wearing shorts, but we'll get around to them later. I'm going to do a batch of 4 miniatures, solely because I don't like painting with big batches, and then we'll go from there, basically. Defect says, paper on keyboard, question mark, exclamation mark. Yeah, probably should cover up my keyboard, shouldn't I? I'll do it in a bit. It's alright. We're not flinging paint around too vigorously today, I wager. Rob C says, I know what you mean, my Corsairs are a pain in the butt at times to paint. Yeah, as I kind of feel like Corsairs are fairly notoriously finicky. But how is everyone? How's how was your weekend? Did you have fun? I went to a wedding, which was nice. And then on Sunday I had dinner with a friend who moved to Ireland this year. So I've not seen her in a while, but she was back for a day or two. So we had dinner. It was great. And then yesterday I mostly slept because I wasn't feeling very good. So that's you all caught up on what I've been up to. Wow, yeah, the skin stuff on these models is extremely straightforward, it turns out. I might, just to use up this paint, base both Troll Slayers now, actually, because they've got a lot more skin going on. Fuck it, why not? You know what? I will cover up my my keyboard. Maybe shouldn't use that. That's Casimir Jones's character sheet. That'll be alright, it's fine. It's fairly lived in, it's got a fucking hole in it anyway, so... Oh, Eddie, are you okay in the chat? Hello, how are you doing? I hope you're well. I hope everyone's well, obviously, but it's very nice to see you. And I don't know how it is for the rest of you, but the heat hasn't been quite so oppressive over the last day or two in London, and I've really appreciated that. I managed to take Watson for an honest-to-goodness, not a massive one, but a walk today, which I've not been able to do for ages, and I've been feeling really guilty about. So she ran around with a stick, sort of gallivanted about, lay down for a little bit in the grass. It was a good time. It was very healing for both of us, to be honest. Look at the muscles on this guy. Positively bulging. Oh, CookieCat94 says, played my first D&D session in over 10 years on Saturday, so that was wonderful chaos. Welcome back to the fold. That's tremendous. When I, at this wedding on the weekend, I was on the nerd table with a lot of the groom's D&D friends, and we were next to the groom's rugby mates table. And it was, I mean, everyone was really lovely, but like when we sat down, we were like, ha ha ha, are we going to get bullied? Because it just felt like such a classic high school movie, jocks versus nerds kind of situation, but actually they were just really nice. So, no, we all got on. But that was amusing. History with Character says, I've been listening to older Ox Ventures and got to one where Watson was apparently sniffing around behind the green screen. It was adorable. Yeah, you know what? I've brought her to a fair few of the recordings as well, because there's been no one there to take her. And she kind of just sort of quietly sits off to one side, but at our feet, which is nice. Although there was one time where Prudence, in character, knocked on a door and Watson started barking, and I was like, oh yeah, whoops, sorry, don't do that, she'll go nuts. Mr. Tom for the win says, I went to a kid's birthday party on Saturday, my parents' house on Sunday, ate a lot of bad food, and my stomach has let me know how daft I've been for the last 2 days. Oh, you need that sometimes though, don't you? Where you're like, alright, this isn't exactly nutritionally balanced, but it is what I'm going to eat, so I hope you're well, Mr. Tom. That's twitch.tv/Mr. Tom FTW, for those of you wondering. Hermit Prime says, I'm in the middle of painting my first ever models. Congrats, Hermit Prime. Welcome to the hobby. What are you painting, if I may ask? Anyway, either way, I hope it's going very, very well. And I hope you're enjoying yourself. Check your posture. What's your posture like? Because I feel like people accidentally decide very early whether they are the kind of painter who has their model down here on the table and bends over to it, which, you know, when your arms are on the table like that, that is a very strongly controlled position. You can really control your brush strokes. But I can't do it because the backache and the neck ache is horrible. So I like to paint up here with my wrists together and my elbows planted on the table. And then I will brace my little finger either against my other fingers or against the model. Kind of like I'm at a fancy tea party. And I'll paint like that. I feel like perhaps it is ever so slightly less stable than going down to the table, but it saves me so much in backache and neck ache that it is just the way I do things. Tom Titherington says, "Oh, I like fancy tea parties. I've not been to one in a very long time, if ever. You know, like when people have like high tea, and they have like a little stand of cakes and stuff." Ah, Monk's in chat. Hello, Monk, or Googly-Eyed Skull. Says, "Hey up, true that, rule number 1, get comfy." It's a Daft Punk song, isn't it? I'm in all night to get comfy. It was a blisteringly contemporary reference, wasn't it? Actually, on Friday night, my wife and I were celebrating our 5th wedding anniversary, and we ended up in a pub with the strangest DJ playing just the weirdest mix of hits, like absolute, like searing top bangers for like 2008. It was, to be honest with you, we were having a great time, but we were just watching very confused people being like, okay, how do we... I mean, actually, he got a lot of them dancing, but then he stuck on Owl City, and people were like, yeah, I'm not dancing to this. It was pretty great. K-Bray Warrener says, "Too far, DJ." Yeah, he even lost the drunk couple that were like dancing and kissing a lot. Like, even they weren't dancing, and they danced to everything with gusto. But hey. Danila Dragon has done a super chat saying, "In honour of really enjoying Stray at the moment, here is a little something for the Kitty Treats Fund, brackets, and Watson too, of course." Thank you very much. I too am very much enjoying Stray. Despite the fact we have a real stray in the house, who's doing fine, by the way. We reckon maybe 2 weeks and she'll give birth. But yeah, I've really been enjoying playing Stray, and Luna, one of the cats, has been watching me quite intently, actually. She seems to be enjoying it as well, which is pleasant. Although the Zerks are a bit like, ugh, they're a bit horrible in the game. No spoilers, obviously, but kind of... I love the sort of gentle puzzle exploration bits, and then those bits I'm less keen on. I still don't mind them. I'm still enjoying the whole game, but yeah, it's a slightly different tonally than I guess what I expected. But hey ho, it's a darn sight more cheerful than Horizon Zero Dawn. I'll put it that way. Paul Harrower, what a surname! That is absolutely incredible. Wow, like Cooper, Weaver, Harrower. You know what? Your surname is absolutely banging, and I'm a little bit jealous. But anyway, right, Paul Harrower has done a super chat saying, "Hello, first time catching a live, long time follower. Wanted to say thanks. You have been a light in the dark for a long time and a genuine place of comfort. May have gotten my missus addicted as well. Oops. Yeah, thanks. Paul, that's a really lovely message. Thank you very much, and thank you for getting your partner involved. That is supremely lovely. Long may it rain. Long may it rain. Long may it continue. Long may you reign with your excellent bloody surname." There we go. That was a better adjusted thing to say, if not necessarily well adjusted. Oh, these sculpts are fun. I like them a lot. Addy, are you okay? Says, "I have to go back to working now. Boo. I'll catch you on the VOD." Take care, Addy. I will catch you on the VOD. Indeed, if you're watching this again, and it is the future. Hello. I hope we're all doing okay. Dwarves. Dwarves with their tops off. Do 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 do. They're not wearing much. Okay, right. So that's the skin based on both Troll Slayers. So we'll put those to one side for now. We'll crack on with the rest. Yeah. Jack Wood is in chat. Says naked dwarfs are very good. I agree. That's twitch.tv/Thembo, Jack. If you were wondering, just so you're aware. Artemis Bell says, I've got to be doing internship stuff, but I'm so desperate to put it aside and join painting for once. Stay the course, Artemis Bale. You can do it. And then you can treat yourself later, knowing that the thing is done and that you were good. I actually installed an app today on my phone which limits my usage of other apps. Specifically, I installed it so that I can only use Instagram for half an hour a day, because otherwise I will just look at it for the whole day. And it's, you know what? The latest Instagram update is a load of waff. There, I said it. I don't want it. If I wanted to be on TikTok, I'd install TikTok. Like, I don't go on TikTok. I'm too old. Stop trying to make Instagram into TikTok. Like, I want to see pictures that my friends are uploading, and I don't want to see. It keeps showing me reels where, like, it's reels. I used to get reels, like, literally before this update. Every single one of the reels it would show me would be like it would be like, here's a Pitbull account, or here's a Staffy that's name is, you know, Ebenezer, and he loves wearing pajamas. Now it's a lot of, just a hell of a lot of reels from women, like, promoting their OnlyFans. And I've got no problem with OnlyFans. Like, I've said this before. I feel like I've been quite explicit. Like, sex work is work, and it doesn't define a person or anything like that. But where are the dogs gone? That's what I want to see. Like, again, if I wanted to be on OnlyFans, I'd go on OnlyFans. Like, stop it, Instagram. So yeah, I'm trying to cut down on my Instagram usage. There we go. Ooh, Mrs. Tom for the Win says, ooh, Johnny, me, Sarah, and Jack are going to be playing a TTRPG together in September. How's that for a dream team? That sounds absolutely bloody amazing. That is a dream team. The chaos quotient is going to be absolutely massive. Just Joby1 gets it. I mean, OnlyFans is great, but it's not a Staffy and PJs. Exactly. I felt like the Instagram algorithm knew what I wanted. It was like, show me tattoo artists, and show me dogs that look like my dog. And now it's showing me sort of all sorts of, like, it's like people shooting up Mentos and stuff like that. It's very weird. King Kartoffel also puts it quite well. Forget the titties, where are them pitties? Very good. Hopefully they'll calm it down and bring it back to normal. But in the meantime, I've got an app. So if I'm on it for 20 minutes over the course of an entire day, it's like, come on, mate, stop it. And then if I use it for 30 or more minutes, it blocks the app entirely. And you can set your own custom messages. So it says, that'll do if I'm on Instagram for too long. If I'm on Twitter for more than half an hour in a day, it tells me you've got writing to do, which is never not true. So there we go. I don't want to disappoint anyone, by the way, but I feel like there aren't going to be many episodes of non-binary person looks through a box of paints trying to find the right paint in today's stream, because I actually dug out all the paints I need before the stream, which feels a bit like a betrayal, I know, but I wasn't sure what colour scheme to go with this lot, because originally this team, when they were released for 3rd edition Blood Bowl, which again is 1994, these models were released in 1994, these were released as the Grudge Bearers, so I looked up classic Grudge Bearer colours, and then of course there was Shit, what's the big guy's name who rides around on like a howdah, not a howdah, like a palanquin, and he's got the Book of Grudges with him. It's like it's not Thormund or something like that. Thornginglund. He's in like a lovely blue. So I'm going to do these ones in a lovely, lovely blue. But actually, you know what? No, there will be at least one, because I want to use more than one metal colour today, and I've only got one metal colour in front of me. So don't worry, everyone. There will be an episode. There we go. Thorgrim Grudgebearer. Thank you, Beard Burrito and Black Shield Forge. You are great. Charles the Great and Powerful has done a super chat saying, the thing I don't get about OnlyFans is, I started this conversation, didn't I? When did everybody start paying for porn? Like, did I miss a memo or something? To be honest with you, I think it's just that people have become more comfortable paying for things, like, with the creators they like. Because I feel like probably in the space there wasn't the same platform for independent creators to be like, hello, I'm making content on my own terms. Here's what it is, and here's what you can, here's what you'll get if you give me this much money or this much money or this much money. It is basically Patreon, but with a different emphasis. So it doesn't surprise me that it's taken off. In fact, I think it's kind of great, because I think, traditionally the porn industry can be extremely exploitative, especially of young women. And so anything that puts creative control back in their hands and also gives them the ability to do things on their own terms and ultimately just keep themselves safe while earning a living, in my book, is great. So, well done, OF. CookieCat94 says, CookieCat94 says, in some ways it's great and in others it's less great. Yeah, I wouldn't say it's, I'm sure it has its own issues, like any platform. I'm not well versed in them, so I don't really feel like I have the authority to speak out on them. But broadly speaking, I'm all for people having creative control over their own stuff, and also bodily autonomy. Meanwhile, I'm tickling some dwarves with a brush. Is anyone hobbying along today? What are we working on? I've seen some lovely stuff pop up on Instagram from Monk lately. Monk's been working on some Alpha Legion for Horus Heresy, which look great. Lovely sort of minty turquoise colour. But also a lovely pink Mindstealer Sphinx for Age of Sigmar Warcry, or from Age of Sigmar Warcry. Tom Titherington says, I'm trying to look busy at work, lol. CookieCat94 is colouring a thing. Thunder Cookie says, knitting my giant scarf as always and plotting my next project. Monk says, smashed out another layer of minty blue. Delicious. Jack Wood says, I am non-metallic painting again. Good on you, Jack. I mean, you have overtaken me to become a far better painter than I am in what seems like no time at all. And, I make no bones about the fact I do not ever want to even attempt non-metallic painting. I did try non-metallic painting and I hated it. I was shit at it, and then I was just like, nah. But you know what? I'm endlessly impressed with the amount you push yourself and how bloody good you are at it. So there we go. Lycanthia says, I have many tiny canvases to ink. Josh Snell says, painting some grey knights. Peter Fisher is writing code. Danilla Dragon says, I'm trying to finish my Apocalypse diorama. Maru Smith says, a Buzz Lightyear Intercessor. Yes, please. And a new Half-Orc Rogue for Pathfinder. Lovely. Just another broke nerd says, you can complain about background noise. You have an NVIDIA RTX GPU. Yes, I think so. So have you tried the RTX voice to help with noise removal? I haven't, but I'll give it a bash. Oh yeah, the window's open a crack, so you can hear sort of things buzzing on past. It doesn't massively bother me, to be honest with you, but kind of it would be good to sort of stamp that stuff out. Jack Wood says, Johnny, you are too kind, which every time I hear you are too kind, I hear it in the voice of the great Gonzo in Muppets Christmas Carol specifically. Oh, you are too kind. It's truth, Jack. You paint real good. Live with it. Deal with it, Jack. Steve Clapton says, I'm putting decals on some Thousand Suns. Decals as in transfers. Hobby confession for you here. I've never even attempted to use a transfer. I've never even given it a go. Every time I see the sheet, I'm like, they're fun. Never going to use those. I know they're not actually as bad as people think, but also I kind of feel like they're exactly as bad as people think. So never have I really decided to go for it. Zega Genesis says, they're the worst. There we go. One of my friends is convinced that they're now a piece of piss to use. But I've still refused to give them a bash, basically. Oh, I've done that thing where I've had my headphones on for half an hour while streaming and I haven't got any sound. There we go. Alex Simpkins on a super chat. Saying, hey Johnny, I was wondering for the Oxventure if you'd ever considered giving a pet Zorn to Dob, as they're elementals that eat gold pieces. I wasn't even aware of these things, but that does sound funny. Interesting. I worry about giving out too many pets in, oh no. My paint's all dried up. I need to fix my Thousand Suns blue, apparently. This should be... I should be able to rescue this with some matte medium, which I do have. There it is. Oh, that's a pain. Right, first things first. I'm going to peel off all the crud. Hi everyone, welcome to Paint Rescue. London edition. Today we've got a very poorly looking pot of Thousand Suns blue. So first off... yeah, I am sorry. I'm wary of giving people too many pets because it's too many incidental things to track. You will have seen how rarely I mention Frisky in the Darkness, and like it's hard to keep in mind that there's just a seal constantly with them, that's sort of making noise and eating Scotch eggs. So I kind of don't really want to compound that. I think for one adventure it'd be quite funny. I've got a plan in the works for an upcoming one in which it would fit quite nicely, actually. So anyway, so here we go. Zega Genesis says, or the whole oxygen tank thing. I stand by the whole oxygen tank thing. Thank you, Zega Genesis. Right, there's those bits, but there's also a fair bit. Ah, this is satisfying, actually. Casual reminder, my pronouns are they, them, just if anyone was wondering. Oh, this is fun. I could, you know what, I could start an entire hobby channel based on this. Just rescuing ailing paint pots. post me your paint pots and I'll do them up. Nah, I'm not starting a second channel. It's too much fucking work. I really admire all of the YouTubers who are like, here's my second channel, hashtag grindset, hashtag always be producing content, etc, etc, but baby, that ain't me. Quite happy running one channel and constantly being pleasantly surprised that it's doing well. I was born to grind a bit. Right, let's see how bad this actually is. If you can see this. You've got sort of a well in the middle that seems alright, and then this kind of... Oh, that's really quite gummy, isn't it? You see that? Oh. Can we even rescue this? This is like... It's almost foam, look at this. Yeah, we can rescue that though. There's pigment in there. Paul Harrower has done another super chat. This super chat reads, having a small game of Talisman tonight for birthday celebrations. What are your thoughts? Ever played? Never played Talisman, actually. So my main thoughts are, happy bloody birthday. Many happy returns. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful time. Right. Let's see what we can do. So we've got matte medium here. Hello, Matthew. Mid viscosity, if you were wondering. And this is basically just paint without pigment. Well, kind of. This is the sort of stuff they add pigment to. So we're going to start pouring it in there. Let's put fucking loads in there, why not? Then we're going to start stirring. God. Just going to really try and rehydrate this. What horrifying ASMR that is. Oh god, it looks like a speckled bird's egg right now. This might be beyond saving, we'll find out, I guess. Oh no, it will be alright, I think. This'll teach me for not painting enough of Thousand Suns blue, won't it? Oh, steady. There's still like a central gumball, like here. Wonder if I wouldn't have been better to sort of pull that out and mix this up separately and then pour it back in, but it's too late now, isn't it? Oh. Okay. Ooh, Jack Wood says if you got any airbrush thinner, a few drops of that will help. I do have airbrush thinner. It's over there. Thanks, Jack. Ooh. One sec, everybody. Little squirt of airbrush thinner. This is fun. Still very gummy, but we're getting somewhere with it. I think there's going to come a point where I just declare that's enough for today's efforts and work on it off camera sometime. That has really helped. Thanks, Jack. Just Joby1 says, so when it comes to miniatures, what kind of paint do you use? I tend to work with acrylics on larger scale stuff, only ever done one mini. So, most model paints you'll find these days are acrylics. Citadel paints certainly are. But for this exact reason, because I hate these lids, and the paints will dry out on you if you're not very careful, I've started switching to Vallejo because dropper bottles, they're very useful. So there we go. Right, I'm going to work on this some more in a bit. Well, off stream. But for today, we've just got some very chunky Thousand Suns blue now, but that's fine. That is fine. Will's in chat and says, have to say the sound of that spatula stirring the paint is Hamlet-grade ear poison. I'm done now, I promise. I promise. Oh dear. Oh, sorry. Sorry, Will, but that's very funny. Hamlet-grade. Oh, they got me good with that one. They really did. Yeah, this is chunky. Alright, well. Rob C says, I'm not a fan of the dropper bottles. I always end up pouring out more than I need. Yes, that is a concern. I'm sort of slowly learning. Oh, Emma Benson's also in chat. Hi, Emma. Shaz the Great and Powerful has done another super chat saying, Hades joke for you. What do you call the non-binary goddess of seasons? They Demeter. Very good. Oh. Don't know what that noise was, but I assume it was cat related. Ugh. Where's my glaze medium? Okay, here we go. Hi everybody, welcome to Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints, trying to find a paint. Today, we're unexpectedly looking for some glaze medium. Did not think I'd have to look for it. Here it is. Short episode, but a good one. Here we go. So this is a similar thing. It's basically just the same as the matte medium, but it's thinner. It is again paint without pigment, so I'm just going to put this in here. There we go, to try and improve the consistency of this paint on my palette, and then we're going to start painting the shirts of some dwarves. And of course, with glaze medium, it dilutes it right down. So you have to do several coats, and that's going on too thick. Fuck you, Thousand Suns blue. Also, that's a cat hair. Ugh. Okay, that's a bit better, I think. Ugh. Let's let that sit for a minute. That's not much better, actually. Here we go. Six thin coats. Here we go, everybody. Here it comes. At least it's hot, so it'll dry swiftly. I really, for a very brief period, was massively in love with glazing paint onto models, and then just very, very suddenly I was like, actually, fuck this, it takes too long. But this paint is annoying me. So, I'm happy to announce the second episode today of Non-Binary Person Looks Through a Box of Paints looking for a specific paint. So I was going to dig out a different blue. Fuck it. And by blue, I mean Sotek green. Will says, I was massively in love with glazing too, but then I realised I could see right through it. Fucking hell. Sotek green is the best blue. It really is. There. Declan Kemp says, Johnny, have you seen the joke that the D&D movie is going to flop because everyone's going to say they're going and then cancel at the last minute? That's very good. I hadn't seen that, but I like it. Okay. Right. Sotek Green, here we go. Levi Coffee's done a super chat saying, streamed for the first time last night. Hey, Cyberpunk 2077 went well. Thank you for being an inspiration. Made me appreciate you even more. Congrats on the first stream. Here's to many more. I hope you had a bloody lovely time and it wasn't too chaotic. Why is that also not flowing in the way I would like? Fine. Several thin coats it is. You win this round, Sotek Green. That could be worse, actually. Ronnie's in chat. Hello, Ronnie. They say, hi friends, how's everyone today? I'm hungover to fuck and went to bed at 9 a.m, so not much good chat from me, but so glad to catch a chill stream to have a brain chill time. I hope you don't feel too rough, Ronnie. I mean, hungover to fuck does sound pretty bad, but a 9 a.m. bedtime, that is impressive, I have to say. Neko the Kitty says, Johnny, I rewatched the Oxventure High Rollers crossover session recently. I still laugh helplessly. Hope you all can do something similar again soon. Yeah, it'd be nice. We should do more collaborations and get guests in general more often, I think. Because it's very much a TTRPG space. I wouldn't say we're very active in it in terms of interacting with others. Which, you know, for which there are positives and negatives. Right, I'm going to stop faffing around with this coat and just leave that to dry. I think this is going to be a lovely blue once I've got it actually layered up properly, but so far, that's annoying. Aaron Ambrosia says, is the D&D from the Red Nose Day ever going to air? I'm kind of curious about it. It's not taking place for ages. The dates that the competition winner chose aren't till next spring. So, ages off. And I don't know if we're going to film it. I kind of don't think we are. So, the short answer is no. It won't air. But I think, to be honest with you, I think it would be a lot to be like, hey, you won a competition, that's great. You know, we want to give you the best possible experience we can, but we're also turning it into content, so try not to worry about that. You know, like, it might be a bit much to foist on the competition winners, and it might not make it fun for them, especially since recording D&D and playing D&D in a home game are so wildly different, you know, like, especially if we're pre-recording, you know, we're stopping and starting for radio mics and all sorts of things, like, I don't think it would actually make for the best experience for them. So, there we go. So I think the idea is we'll take it off the table, so to speak, and just focus on having a really lovely time, which I think would be nice. Oops, there we go. Just another broke nerd asks, would you suggest to first-time players who have only really watched D&D live plays... What would you suggest to first-time players who have only really watched D&D live plays like Oxventure and Critical Role? Have fun, be prepared for the game to take longer than you get from the screen, because people are always looking stuff up and we can edit that out. And also don't expect your game to be like one of those episodes, basically, because like when we're recording the Oxventure, we're making an entertainment thing first, we're making a show first, and then we're playing D&D second, I would say. So we make different decisions, and people try and be sort of wittier, and, you know, we edit around things to cut out the faff. But I worry sometimes that it gives people unrealistic expectations as to what their home games are going to be like. Find the fun in, you know, whatever you like, really. That's how I would suggest you go about things. That's a bit too much paint, isn't it? There we go. Revolver Rock says mandatory, try a different system incoming. Also that, look at games other than D&D. D&D is the most popular one. Do I think it is the best one? Not by a long shot. And I'll be honest with you, one of my peak frustrations with the hobby is people's unwillingness to try a system that isn't D&D. Like, when you see you know, the number of times I've seen an interesting or exciting indie RPG be announced, and the first comment is like, will it be 5e compatible? It's like, no, and it doesn't have to be. Other things can exist, and you know what? It's alright to try them. It's like, D&D isn't going to come into your house like the Kool-Aid man through the wall and beat you up for trying something else for a week. But if people still like it, they can stick with D&D. I'm not saying that's a poor choice or it's wrong, but I do feel like people get tunnel vision an awful lot. Ah, Melody Williams. Hello. Melody says first stream. Hi, welcome aboard. Melody says our first proper TTRPG was Blades in the Dark, and it was a really fun experience and much less daunting than D&D. See, I think Blades is a lovely place to start. I played like a good half dozen games before I ever gave D&D a crack. So I think that's that's partly why I'm like, why is everyone so attached to this game? When I know it will have been the first game for so many people, but... Right. Black Shield Ford says, has anyone played 10 Candles? I have, and it's brilliant. It's a tremendous game. For those of you not in the know, 10 Candles is a game where you literally, you play by candlelight, and there are 10 candles. And at the end of sort of each scene, or like each sort of span of the game, you extinguish a candle. And but also if a candle goes out for any reason, you're not allowed to relight it, so the game can end sort of sooner by mistake. And basically, like, the odds of survival are second, like, a second to none. But there's kind of a poignancy in that, and you burn bits of your character sheet that sort of then get removed as you go, and it's all very tense. And the number of lit candles determines how many dice the sort of unseen them or they, like the others in the game, the sort of this hidden enemy, determines how many dice they're rolling. So they get stronger as the game goes on, and it's great. Naka says, so no sneezes allowed. Honestly, the first time I played it, I went oof at a point, and 3 candles went and I was like, oh god, and they all stayed lit. But I almost reduced the length of the game by a third and put us in serious danger just by being stressed. It was lovely. Wisdom88 says, is 10 Candles 5e compatible? Very, very good. Right, okay. I've laid down a fairly decent blue / Sotek green on these. Actually, I'm going to do one more coat on this one. And then let's start blocking in some metals, shall we? I'm going to use a lot more metal on these models than I would normally, because I kind of feel like that's more in keeping with the sort of heavy metal style they had in the 90s. So it's going to be a lot of sort of bright chainmail silver. And I'm going to, the sort of dark brown I've done here for leather, I'm going to layer up as well before we shade it or do anything. So that'll be fun. PJ Buck has done a super chat, but there is no message attached. PJ, the strong but silent type. If there was meant to be a message attached to that, just let me know and I will read it out with all the usual pomp and ceremony. You do not have to super chat again. I really appreciate the support. Either way, Lucy's done a super chat saying, last minute planning a Scotland holiday. Don't know anyone who's been there, asking everyone any ideas of what I should definitely see, especially in Edinburgh. Well, aha, PJ Buck. There we go. PJ Buck super chat read, we'll be back on VOD Squad. BNB do crims. Thank you, PJ. Catch you on VOD Squad. Right. Edinburgh recommendations for Lucy, please. Well, Scotland recommendations in general, but especially Edinburgh. I bloody love Edinburgh. Do I have any specific recommendations? No, I've not spent any time there in ages, and I keep meaning to fix that, but I love that city. Bobby Ingram has done a super chat saying, first time joining to paint live, and a little on Gandalf time. Yeah, I like that phrase. So I need to jump back and catch up, but want to thank you for getting me to bust out the paints for the first time since high school 20 years ago. Bobby, that's amazing. Welcome back to the hobby. I'm very glad I could help tempt you back in. And I hope the skills come back to you practically immediately. Corvus Albright has done a super chat saying 5e compatible haiku for 5e compatible haiku time. All this talk of games, but can I be railroaded? Otherwise, no point. Very good. Black Shield Forge says National Museum of Scotland is there, and that has some amazing stuff in. It does, including Dolly the sheep, the last time I went, which was admittedly a long time ago, but yeah. Spiky Kitty says that Edinburgh Zoo see the pandas before they leave. Where are they going? Are they going to university? Are they going to the abattoir? What is Edinburgh doing to its pandas? Vaguely alarming. Bit of the old bright silver. The pandas are going back to China in December 2023. Right, fair enough. That's a lot better than the abattoir. All pandas are rented? Huh, I didn't know that. I mean, these pandas have had the meter running this entire time. Jesus. All pandas are rented. Wow. Nick Chinamo Smith says, can someone tell me where to rent a panda? A good question. Edinburgh, if you're quick enough. Captain Crimbo says, can anyone rent a panda? I would imagine there are a fair number of hoops to jump through, which is ironic, because have you ever seen a panda jump through anything? But it's worth a go, isn't it? That would be a birthday party to remember. Hi everyone, we're going to All Bar 1. The Slug and Lasses was booked up, so we can't go there. But the good news is we'll have a panda. It's just sort of going to be in the corner, eating breadsticks. I like these sculpts. There is a belt buckle here, but I'm going to do that in sort of a brass, I think. So, yeah, we'll need the brassy, bronzy colour later on, so that'll be another episode of Non-Binary Person Looks for a Paint, so that'll be good. Jesus! Lucethia says, I did see a video of a panda jumping, her baby sneezed and scared her. God, that takes me back. Back in the old days, when all we had to eat for lunch was rocks, we used to walk 16 miles a day to and from school, and memes had to last for ages. Kids these days, I don't know, no idea they got it so good. New meme every second coming out on their TikToks. Eh? My day, we had lolcats and Newgrounds. That was it. Oh, you're the man now, dog, I guess. Don't know they're born, etc., etc. Rah, rah, rah. I remember when I first started working at ITN back in 2008, when I'd literally just started learning how to edit video and, you know, basically got my foot in the door of the games industry. Number one, the cameras recorded onto mini DV tapes, which you then had to play off onto the server in the office. You couldn't just sock an SD card into your own computer. You had to go to a tape deck and play it and hit record on a server button. But people used to leave tapes there quite a bit, and it was really annoying. So somebody printed out a picture of Stewie from Family Guy pointing. It was in black and white. And I remember hating it ever since I first saw it. And I saw that thing almost every day for 3 years. It said, for every tape you leave here, I will kill you. That makes no sense. For every tape you leave here, I will kill you. You can only kill a person once. Like, I mean, it was a fucking mess. And I was 19 years old, and I was like, this is fucking stupid. Who put that there? But I obviously couldn't say anything. Like, I know it's not actually cute to be like, and be a pedant about the English language, but it was just weird and annoying. And it still bothers me now. As you can probably tell, 14 years on, I still think about that little piece of paper sometimes. That's too much silver. I'm going to do this guy's helmet a different colour, I think, when we get round to the belt buckle and stuff. Oh, God. Garena Rain's done a super sticker. The super sticker is of a pear. This fucking pear. It's got arms and legs and a face. And it's got something in its hand. What's it got in its hand, Johnny? Cup of blood. It's got a whole big mug in its hand full of a viscous liquid that can only be blood. And it's thrusting it repeatedly towards me. And it's deeply troubling. Why is my phone going off so much? And everyone seems happy about it. Blood for the blood pair. You're all wrong uns. Oh, and Bruno Santos has done Bruno Santos. I read that wrong, didn't I? Bruno Santos has done a superb chat, which reads... One sec. I randomly promised myself that if I were accepted for a PhD position in the UK, I would make my first super chat here, so thank you for being a beacon of light in a troubled world. Why, Bruno, if I've read that correctly, that means that you've been accepted for a PhD position in the UK, which is a frankly amazing achievement. Congratulations. God, you must be so excited. I hope you are taking some time to celebrate and to spoil yourself and just generally be proud of that achievement, because that is pretty cool. Thank you very much for the super chat and for sharing the good news with us. What a lovely promise to make. I really truly appreciate that. That's lovely. And yeah, well done. Holy shit. Okay. This is so much more silver than I normally use on models, but again, with these old sculpts, it just feels more appropriate, really. I should maybe have done the shoulder pads a different colour, but hey-ho. I think this will all tie together nicely once we get sort of some bronze on there and break up the silver a little bit. Paul Harrower says, maybe it's not blood, maybe it's cherry juice, but then if fruits are anthropomorphized, then fruit juice is fruit blood. Oh no, we can't escape it. Exactly, see? We're all just stuck in this never-ending cycle of violence. And increasingly, it's Garena Rain's fault. Ooh. CookieCat94 has done a super chat saying, what do you get when you cross a leopard with a panda? Fired from the zoo. Oh dear. That would either be an absolute apex predator or absolutely useless. And there's no in between, is there? I mean, leopards are ambush predators. Would we basically have invented the drop bear? I know that's meant to be a koala, but still. I do wonder. Okay. Metal, metal, metal. Ronnie says, my friend Funnily has the heart of a panda and a lifetime ban from the zoo. Very good. What do you get if you cross human and goat DNA? Kicked out of the petting zoo. Etc, etc. Oh, that took me a minute. CookieCat94 says, to start a zoo, you need 2 pandas, a grizzly, and 3 polars. That's the bare minimum. Good to see you're all just as infuriating on a Tuesday as a Monday. Don't know why I expected any different. I mean, I've seen you all on a Thursday before. No, you're all great, mostly. Right, that's a lot of silver. Jack Wood says we are nothing if not consistent. Indeed. Indeed. Science First says, ha! You've never seen me, I bet. Or maybe earlier today only since I just subbed today. Dang it, Science First. I've been hoodwinked. I've been had. Right, what's next? We should do the bronze stuff, really. And then we should think about doing their hair. So. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of Non-Binary Person Looks for a box of paints, trying to find a paint. I think I'm going to use some Tinny Tin. Slightly cursed name for a paint, but Tinny Tin, and then for the brighter bits, some hammered copper. Right. Let's go for this guy. So we're going to change brush. This is a Green Stuff World Synthetic Zero. It's got like a really great tip, and this is great for like smaller basing. I really like it. Okay, great. Ebrel506 says there are some constants in life: death, taxes, and us being infuriating. Yup. Science First says, had the test to see if I could spell your name. I was close. Shiodini is what I tried. Google corrected me. That's a new one. You know, my family used to keep a book of all the misspellings. I'm not even joking. But we stopped because it became too much work. I'm just, yeah, not joking. Right. Once we've blocked in all the base colours, I want to layer up the blue cloth and the skin and the leather. Basically, yeah, actually, there's so much to do that basically what I'm saying is once I finish painting it a bit, I'm going to paint it some more. So look forward to that. You know, I think you'll all enjoy it. The reason I've chosen this smaller brush is that we've actually got some like face masks here to do. And for that, I just like a slightly smaller brush. There we go. Okie dokie. Okay. La 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 la. Seotog has done a super chat saying, for all the lovely Presney Chiodini streams, they have become the highlight of my weekend watching. Thank you very much. I deliberately chose Saturdays for Presney Chiodini because I kind of wanted it to feel like Saturday morning cartoons. But obviously, it's very different to Saturday. I'm not saying that I'm as as good as Thundercats or Transformers or a more modern cartoon that perhaps more people will recognise. But I still wanted that sort of like, it's Saturday, let's watch something silly kind of feel to it. Yeah, hopefully I got there. Garena Rain has done another super sticker. This time it is the pair has put down its cup of blood and looks ashamed. It's almost as if Garena was like, I am responsible for a lot of the blood pairs in this chat, and felt ashamed. But the thing is, the pair here keeps going like, and then going like, tee hee hee, as if to say, I will kill again, which is troubling but not surprising, is how I would describe that. Oops. Bit of bronze, just to break up the colour a little bit. Quite like it. Or tinny tin, rather. Ronnie says, in Poland, our equivalent of Saturday morning cartoons was called... I'm so sorry, Ronnie, I'm probably going to fuck up this pronunciation, but Dobranoka, which is diminutive of good night, and it was a 7 p.m. bedtime cartoon to get kids to go the fuck to bed. That's tremendous. That's something I can get behind. Oh, is it like Dobra as in like good, and then knocker as in like noctus, nocturnal, that kind of thing? Or am I really wide of the mark? There are those little dwarven devices on top of this helmet. I'll also paint that. There we go. Ronnie says, close. A CK in Polish is more of a t sound. But yes, Dobra is good, and Noka is diminutive of night. Thank you, Ronnie, for putting up with my shit pronunciation and also explaining the language to us. You are very kind, as ever. And so Parinka has done a super sticker of, our friend the pair. I say friend just in case the pair turns on me one day. The pair is now doing a dance. The pair is very pleased with itself. They've got like a party hat on and a party blower in their mouth. And they're kind of just going like, and doing like a fun little party dance. As if to say, I love being alive, which is more than I can say for my victims. A troubling but charismatic sort is the pair, I think we can all agree. Oh, that's a belt. Okay. Wasn't sure what we had down here. There we go. Oh, these are fun. I've had these for so long. Why didn't I paint them sooner? Probably because I was off painting other things, wasn't I? Just gallivanting around with other models. But hey ho. B-Muzzer says the pair is celebrating the not guilty verdict for the most recent murder. Well, if you describe it as the most recent murder, sort of heavily implies that the pair is in fact guilty, doesn't it? That's a miscarriage of justice, if ever I've heard of one. Oops, shit. No, I'll have to redo that bit. Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat. Saying, "Hi Johnny, just home from the hospital and tuned in to hear you apologising for your shit pronunciation. So how exactly do you pronounce shit?" Very good, Nick. That is, I would say, one of your best in recent times. But of course the answer is sheet. Aiden Folks has done a super sticker. The super sticker is of the pair. The pair is really turning up a lot today. The pair is also sort of coquettishly blowing kisses, which somehow still manages to be vaguely threatening. It's kind of gone like, mwah! And then some hearts appear, and some hearts even appear in the pair's eyes, which is quite troubling from a medical perspective. I'd suggest they go get that checked out, but then also they are a pair, so I don't really know what any medical professional would be able to do for them. So maybe we're stuck with this little strange situation, but so it goes. Right. Oh, talking of posture though. Oh dear. The nice witch is in chat and says, well, wellity, well. Hello, the nice witch. I hope you are well. Wellity, well. I know, it's weird. I'm streaming on a Tuesday. Who'd have thought? Just bizarre. Martin Stunenberg says, good morning, everybody. Hello, Martin. I hope you're well. I'm painting knuckle dusters on a dwarf. Oh, I need to straighten up a minute. My neck's quite stiff. So much for good posture. Let's see. There we go. Naka the Kitty says, wait, was that the pitter-patter of Tiny Watson feet? Oh, yeah, it was. Hey. Yeah, she's in the little dog bed next to me now. Just Another Broke Nerd says, R.I.P. Choco Tacos. Johnny, are they available in the UK? I don't think they are. Or maybe they were, like, very briefly. But I know I've had one. When did I have Choco Tacos? They've never been commonly available in the UK, but I think one summer they had them in the shop on the corner of our local park. So I seem to remember eating a Choco Taco. But yeah, I'm sad they are no longer being produced. What the hell? The Nice Witch says, is a Choco Taco what it sounds like? Yes, more or less. It's like if you imagine like an ice cream cone, sort of that waffly texture, but it forms a taco shell for like an ice cream sandwich, and then so you've got you just imagine a big taco with ice cream in it, and then but they kind of use chocolate to close up the top seam. So it's more like an ice cream sandwich Cornish pasty, if you ask me, but they're pretty great, but unfortunately they're going out of production for some reason. Cited creative differences. I don't really know why, but 'tis sad news, to be sure. Right. How are we looking here? Need to do some leather work there. I'll do these little metal studs now while I've got the paint on the palette. For fuck's sake. So, what do we need to do here? We need to we'll block in all the hair and the beards and stuff. And then we'll start layering up the leather and the cloth. And once we've done the leather and the cloth, and the skin, we'll shade these models, and then we'll sort of layer up and highlight them. History of Character says, just sent the email to my tattoo artist, suddenly a bit nervous, lol. I get that, but it's also exciting. Some nerves are pretty normal, aren't they? I wouldn't worry too much. Right, welcome back to Non-Binary Person Looks for a Box of Paints. I need a nice sort of greyish tone. We'll take that one as well. I don't know what I was talking about earlier. We need loads of paints today. That'll do for now, I reckon. Huh. Well, I'll be damned. My Spotify mix just put a new Mountain Goat song in my feed, and I like it. That's honestly quite surprising. I haven't enjoyed any of the Mountain Goat's new stuff since Beat the Champ, really. Actually, Goths was alright, but anyway. Chaos says, loads of paints or just correctly applied pale sand? I mean, it is here. It's always ready. It's always waiting. Right, so we've got 4 dwarves. We're going to start off by doing grey. Thunder Cookie has done a super chat saying, non-binary person looking for paints episode 5? Ambassador, you are spoiling us. What can I say? You're all worth it. And I forgot about the hair on the dwarves. There we go. B-Monster says, hey Johnny, sorry if you already mentioned this. How's the cat you found or rescued faring? I think you named them Speedy? Yeah, little Speedy. Little Speedy's doing great, actually. We reckon she's still a couple of weeks out from giving birth, but she's being... generally speaking, very friendly, and she's sort of quite comfortable around the dog and the cats now, which is great because it means we don't have to keep the door closed. So, like, the cats are still all hissing at each other, but generally speaking, there's sort of an easy truce in the flat, so that's good. Obviously, once she gives birth to the kittens, it's going to be pretty hectic in here, but you know, we knew what we were signing up for. We are pretty certain that she's a stray because she's not chipped and nobody has put up any wanted things either in the area or on the internet, and just from the sheer amount of weight she's put back on, since we've been feeding her. She really wasn't doing very well, turns out, before. So now she's seeming pretty healthy. We're lining up some friends to take to adopt kittens, and we're pretty sure we found a home for little Speedy as well. So yeah, the future's looking bright. We've probably got her for another 10 weeks, I guess. If the estimate is correct and she gives birth in 2, then it'll be another 8 before we can adopt out the kittens. So plenty more little Speedy updates to come. Also, there was a sweet moment today where for lunch I was having a bit of tuna, and she was tucked away under a table, and then she sort of suddenly came out and stood there and went like, and pushed her snout in the air. And I was like, I think this cat can smell tuna. And then she slowly inched her way out and then came along and then just stuck her face like almost in my bowl of food. And I was like, I'm going to take that away now, because I'm pretty certain given another 5 seconds, she would have just started eating. So, yeah, what can I say? She likes tuna. And in her experience, since she turned up here, tuna has 100% been for her. Like, she has never encountered tuna and not been able to eat it. So, my bad, frankly. Dick move from me. But Neck Other Kitty says, please can we see the kittens on stream when they're big enough? I'll try and record them. Maybe for an episode of Calm Stuff. So that it can be like unobtrusive rather than sort of picking them up. Because, I mean, not even Watson likes being picked up when I'm streaming. But, yes, I'm sure you'll be able to see them. The Night Switch says, my cat never wants the tuna, he just wants the cucumber. Full weirdo. I don't even know what to make of that, mate, to be honest with you. I'm just imagining you making finger sandwiches for your cat and he just picks out the cucumber. Or she. Oops. Just going to layer up this grey a bit. Obviously that will get a bit flattened when we shade these, but we'll then layer it up some more. So that's how I do painting. Fascinating, I know. Chaos says, I can't remember who suggested it, but the water from a can of tuna diluted a bit is excellent for encouraging cats to drink in warm weather. Yeah, so cats' kidneys are so efficient they can actually hydrate by drinking seawater. Which is bizarre. The Nice Switch says he loves cucumber. He goes like properly wild for cucumber. Well, there you go. Watson used to like cucumber and also used to like carrots, and she used to love watermelon. Now she doesn't love any of them, doesn't like any of them, which is a bit of a shame because like it was really sweet when she used to just like eat an entire wedge of watermelon. You'd hold it and she'd be like like a little typewriter, but she won't do it anymore. But that's fine. Tastes change. I understand. Do sort of a dirty brown beard on this particular dwarf. I've said this before, but I really don't like the way, like, a lot of times, especially in like official colour schemes, they're like, dwarves, so they must have bright orange hair and beards. And it's like, well, no, they don't all have to be redheads. What if I don't want fucking loads of orange in my colour scheme? Alright, yes, I'm painting Fire Slayers, but come on! So this is a small act of rebellion on my part. Look at me, I'm painting a dwarf with brown hair. I'm well-hard. Ronnie, who is pretty great at taking the ball and running with it, let's face facts, says, so what you're saying is if we transplant a cat kidney into a person, we could drink seawater. Interesting. Yeah, that's the main takeaway, Ronnie. You probably have to do loads of them, like a whole array, though, because humans can drink a lot more water than a cat can. How many pints have you seen a cat down, you know? But thank you for a slightly disturbing suggestion. I mean, you'd be fucked off, wouldn't you, if you were a superhero and it's like, I'm Spider-Man. I can walk on the ceiling, and I'm super strong, and I've got spidey senses. What's your deal? Oh, I can hydrate from seawater. Okay, anything else? No. Oh, do you fight crime? No. No, I don't. I just don't have to be careful when I go to sea. Don't have to take any water with me, I guess. That's it. Jack Wood says, wasn't there a Chris Pratt video about cats drinking pints? Yes, it was about Dwarf Fortress and how the cats used to get hammered and die of alcohol poisoning by mistake because they would get covered in beer when they moved through it in the bar, and then they would clean themselves, which would mean that they would ingest alcohol, which would then kill them. There we go. WhoMD21 says, cats downing pints has given me a new idea. Cat pubs, like cat cafes, but with a pub. We used to go to one of those. It was just a pub that happened to have a lot of cats in it. It wasn't like, we're a cat pub, but it kind of also was. But anyway, all the cats have now passed from old age, so it's now just a pub where people fondly remember cats, which is not quite the same thing. Manuel Riveros says, so Johnny, can we say that the tabaxi are the zenith of humanoid evolution? Not the way I play them, we can't, but sure, why not? I've been meaning to go back to that cat pub, actually. I struck it from my wife and I's list of pubs that we go to because the staff used to be really rude and incredibly slow. But that was, I'm going to say, 5 years ago now, so it's probably time we give it another bash. And also, I was talking to somebody over the weekend who loves that pub, so... Also on that list is a pub that has a massive beer garden, which is good, but famously does awful food. And the food was so bad once that I wasn't even there, but my wife was like, we're never going there again. I was like, okay, great. Life's too short for shit pubs, you know? Nick Jeffrey has done a super chat saying, drink seawater man, sidekick plant nutrition boy. Yeah, I wouldn't see that getting incorporated into the Marvel Cinematic Universe anytime soon, but you never know. The nice witch says, incredibly rude and slow with the staff cats too. Very good. They appeared to be humans, but they could have just been humans being driven by cats, like flesh mechs. Or they could have just had really bad toxoplasmosis. You know, the mind control thing you get from cats pooping. Ow! Fuck! Oh, I hit my elbow. Ow! Paul Harrower says, rude and slow with terrible food. I think I know this brand of pubs. Not those, no. I mean, I've not been to a Spoons in years. I've been boycotting those for a long time. Catatouille. Well done, Mr. Tom, for the win. And also Jack Wood, who got in second afterwards. And the nice witch, who... Oh, no, wait. It says, yeah. Cat... Yeah. Shocking Squirrel says, mind control poop? Yeah, there's a condition called toxoplasmosis. It makes... It's what makes foxes so bold sometimes, and it's carried in like poop. But like I'm pretty sure you can look this up. Where like if people just like spend too much time around cat poop, like you know if they're a sweet old lady with loads of cats in their house, then basically like they get they get toxo, and it means that they're just kind of like slaves to the cats. I'm not joking. Google it. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we've got one more dwarf with hair to paint. And this one's hair shall be... grey also. Marissa J says, mind control poop, another superpower for Catman. Oh yeah. Go on then, so you can hydrate with seawater. Okay, what else can you do? Well, if I poo near you and you inhale enough, I'll be able to control you. Terrifying. Yeah, Catman is more of a villain, isn't he? Don't worry, everyone. He's been cast adrift at sea. With no drinking water. He'll be dead. He'll never trouble this city again. No! He'll be back, and he'll poop control us all. Well, this is one of the weirder painting streams we've had in a while, and that's saying something, isn't it? Good, good, good. Emma Benton says, is this like that horrifying fungus that infects ants and other bugs and makes them like zombie bugs? Cordyceps, isn't that? That shit's horrible. I mean, that's what inspired the clickers in The Last of Us, right? We don't like it. We don't like it at all. Right. That's that done. Alright, let's layer up the skin and the leather, and then we can get to work on the cloth. Rob J says, Catman may not die of dehydration, but they will be livid about being surrounded by so much water. That's a good point. I hadn't thought about that. Catman's greatest strength is also Catman's greatest weakness. Like how it's weird that Spider-Man used to take pictures for a newspaper, given, like, if someone just rolled one up and hit him with it, he'd die? Do you ever think about that? Really dicing with death there, Peter Parker. Terrifying, in fact. Where's a dwarf with some... There's some flesh to layer up. There's enough on the palette that we should probably do that for the troll slayers as well. Get me pictures of Spider-Man. Alex Simpkins says also Spider-Man can't take a bath. That's funny. Well, he can take one, he just can't get out of it. Just while we've got the appropriate skin tone on the palette, we're just gonna layer up the skin on these troll slayers. Why not? One sec, I'm just going to change the music. Done. Thank you, everyone. History with Character says, I read a fanfic once where Peter got infected by a specific fungus that only infects spiders, and everyone was really heckin' confused. Wasn't there, like, in the good old cartoon, wasn't there an episode where he got sick and it basically gave him 8 legs, and he was like, "Row, row, row," and he was a horrifying man spider rather than friendly neighborhood Spider-Man? I remember that being like, fucking hell, when I was a child. Like, it was really surprisingly intense. Moriax42 says it's happened a few times. He had 8 arms for a bit. Bloody hell. Terrifying. That is not my best layering work, but since we're going to shade that, it'll flatten it again, so we can still work with it. When's the second Spider-Verse film coming out? Because Into the Spider-Verse is one of my favourite animated films of all time, I think. It's fucking brilliant. Nick Jeffries done another super chat saying, or rather, singing, Spider-Man, Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Does he eat flies and bugs? Yes, he does. And that's gross. Look out. Here comes Spider-Man. Yeah, you'd be absolutely terrified if you were an entomologist, wouldn't you? Is that the right one? Entomologist? Entomology for bugs? The Nice Rich says, Spider-Man, Hoover coming. Hoover coming, fucking hell. A film about someone trying to warn Spider-Man that the Hoover's going to get him. I'd watch it. Absolutely brilliant. Go get him, Tiger. No, not that way! Peter the Hoover! Oh. It's weird that MJ's nickname for Peter is Tiger, when she knows for a fact that he's a spider. Although Go Get Him Spider would probably give him away. Never mind. Got it. Understood. Sorry, MJ, I take it back. Fucking hell. HC Bird says, now I want to go buy snacks and watch Into the Spider-Verse. I mean, don't we all? Marissa J says, etymology is words, entomology is creepy crawlies. There we are. West Coast Weaver says, which Hoover, though? A British vacuum? The Hoover Dam? J. Edgar Hoover? All of them. That's the terrifying bit, West Coast Weaver. That's the terrifying thing about Spider-Man Hoover coming. It's very funny. Right, so we need lighter brown colours. Here's one. Let's layer up. Let's layer up this leather. Oh, I missed a bit of silver. Okay, we'll do that in a minute. We're not going to put this lighter brown everywhere, but we're sort of just going to whack it on in certain bits and sort of stipple it on. So some of that dark stuff still shows through, and it gives a sense of worn leather. And then we're going to, once we've shaded this, we'll go in with a couple of other browns as well to really make these look like battered bits of leather we're dealing with. And that's really a steel toe cap, but I can't be bothered to paint it as such. Oops, that's the wrong paint. Flurgle Hinge says J. Edgar would 100% be on the JJJ anti-Spider-Man bus. Exactly. Bring me pictures of Spider-Man. Although it's nice when J. Jonah Jameson refuses to tell the Green Goblin who's giving him the pictures of Spider-Man, isn't it? Protecting his sources like a nice journalist. Monster Noodle has done a super chat saying, COVID update. My mum brought me a drink and I took a sip and said, what is it? And also couldn't even taste garlic. I hope everyone's doing okay. Doing all right, thanks, Monster Noodle. Very sorry to hear about the taste and smell being gone. Hopefully it will return soon. I found it really annoying when I had COVID and that happened to me. Also, Monster Noodle, should we not plug the live stream that's happening for your benefit? Let me know if it's alright for me to talk about it. Don't super chat, obviously, just let me know. And if so, I will plug away. But I just wanted to double check with you beforehand. So I noticed it in my timeline yesterday. I've missed the context, but the Nice Witch just said to Jack, Willem Dafoe hangs dong. So there we go. Right, I have got the nod from Monster Noodle, which is great. Let me just hunt down the link. And, I will start sharing. Sorry everyone, this will be worth it, I promise. What is going on? His Twitter search just not working. There we go. Okay. Sorry, Aaron, this will all make sense in a bit. But basically, Fox Prince and Eljoy Panic, I've just put a link in, chat. Basically, over the next 2 weeks, Eljoy Panic, who is an absolutely brilliant Twitch streamer, is doing 5 mutual aid fundraiser streams. But one of them is for Monster Noodle to help him get his tea. So if you are able to tune in, Monster Noodle, could you tell me when the date is? Be able to I'm going to pin this to chat. I'll be able to sort of let people. I'm struggling to find exactly when it is, basically, but yeah, it's like basically it's really vital cause to help Monster Noodle's transition. So do keep an eye out for that, and also just because like Elle's a brilliant streamer. So if you're not aware of her work anyway, then go have a watch and it'd be a nice time. But yeah, that's the deal, and I hope you all tune in and bloody enjoy it. So there. Oh shit! Monster Noodle says my fundraiser is tonight around 7 p.m. 7 p.m. BST. Well then. Well, this works out perfectly because I was actually considering stopping streaming a little bit early tonight. So I think what we can do... Yep, BST. Brilliant. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is I'll be painting for another hour and 10 minutes, and then just before we sign off, I'm going to be spamming the shit out of that twitch.tv link, and if everyone could go along and watch and cheer and donate, that would be absolutely bloody fantastic. Because what do we do on this channel? We celebrate trans joy. And we support our friends. Revolver Rock says, no break. Yeah, let's have a break now, actually. Sod it, why not? That makes a good amount of sense. We'll have a break now. And then we'll keep painting some fucking dwarves for a bit, shan't we? One sec, just got to work out which ones I've already done. Monster Noodle, you don't need to thank me. I'm very happy to do everything I can. Right. Hey you! I see you there, watching this stream. Watching this stream. We're going to take a 5-7 minute break. You know the drill by now. I'm going to go get myself some squash, because I need to stay hydrated. Do you need to stay hydrated? Are you peckish? Are you too warm? Are you too cold? Is there anything you can do over the next 5-7 minutes to enhance your enjoyment of the rest of this stream? If there is, you should go do it now. If you're perfectly comfortable where you are, A, congratulations, you prepared very well earlier, and that is to your credit. But B, do not worry, there will be a picture of my dog and some nice, smooth jazz. So, do not listen to Marissa J, who says drink seawater on the break, unless you are a cat. But to be honest, if you understood me then, you're a cat who speaks English, so who am I to be telling you what to do with your life? So yeah, 5-7 minute break, be right back. Well, hello everybody. Welcome back to youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini, where we are currently painting some classic 3rd edition Blood Bowl Dwarves for the classic game Blood Bowl, which I dearly love. We're going to be live for the next hour, and then, my friends, we're all nipping over to twitch.tv, because there is a fundraiser going on for Monster Noodle, who is gracious enough to be a part of this community, as well as that of Ellie Joy Panic, who is putting on said fundraiser to help fund some of that good old-fashioned testosterone. So basically, it would be my honour to knock off work an hour early, basically, and we're all going to have a little look. History with Character says, do we have a passcode for the next stream to confuse everyone with? No, because we're not rolling in there to confuse anybody. We're rolling in there to say hello and to have a nice time and to support a great cause. And I will be watching. So I'll know if any of you are like, ooh, lol blood pair. None of that. It's not our show. Not our channel. Not our in-jokes. We will integrate nicely. Will says the passcode is donating £10. It'll be a funny joke for all of us to donate £10 each. Good point. So yeah, we're gonna go and prove what nice, lovely skeleton pals we are by just going over and being very nice and not weird. And just generally reading the room, getting the vibes, and then having a nice time helping along. Emma Benton says yes, because I routinely go to other places and immediately start screaming about the blood pair. See, this is what I'm talking about, Emma. We can't take you anywhere. Can't take you anywhere. Will says, Johnny, you are exactly half a step away from telling us that we're all representatives of the school and you need us on our best behaviour. I mean, I do. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I do need you on your best behaviour. I need you to be witty and erudite and respectful. God, you're going to make me so proud, you lot. But more importantly, we're going to make Monster Noodle proud. That's what we're bloody going to do. Yeah! The Nice Witch, in another classic mind meld with Will, has said, remember children, you're representing the school, so you must be on your best behaviour. Bobby Ingram has done a super chat saying, live just in time for break's end. To answer, I'm exactly as, fine at painting as I was then, but having just played IA with some painted Imperials, can't recommend just fine highly enough. Perfect. Ideal. There we go. Which one's IA? Imperial Aeronautica? Is it that one? Can't remember which one that is. Oh no. Will says I've already eaten all of my lunch. Imperial Assault, that's the one. Oh yeah, it's the Star Wars one. Will says I've already eaten all of my lunch and 3 bags of Star Mix on the bus and I'm ready to go missing between head counts. Brilliant. Great. Classic. Love that for us. Thanks, Will. It would be extremely funny if the first ever LSP's meetup was just a school trip to a museum. But it was basically just like we all went to a museum and it was like, right, I'll see you back here at 5 PM, everybody. Don't be late. But then we'd go to a pub. Or do something else, I don't know. Will says I would be down for that, but also it needs to be a slightly crap museum. Yeah, agreed. Matthew K has done a super chat. The pear has re-entered the chat. It is the pear. The pear is back. The pear, if you need reminding, has arms and legs and a face. And well, let's just say that some very unsavoury things have been said about the pear in the past. But the pear right now is behaving, just like you're all going to. The pear is sort of standing there smiling, and then the pear puts his palms together and sort of does a reverential bow. There we go. Emma Benton says, oh, but I want to go back to the National Science Museum or whatever that place was with the giant whale skeleton hanging in the lobby. You mean the Natural History Museum in London, which is opposite, it's over the road from the V&A, which is the Victoria and Albert Museum, but also the Science Museum is there as well. I nearly quit the games industry to get a job at the Natural History Museum when I was freelance between working at GameSpot and Eurogamer. I applied for a job there and I interviewed, but I got pipped to the post by another candidate. My life was so nearly very different. But then they installed a bastard whale skeleton, so fuck them. That's a joke. Also, it was already there. It was in the blue zone, but then they relocated it because Dippy wasn't relevant enough. Dippy was the Diplodocus, or Diplodocus, if you want to say it that way, that used to hang in the hallway. I actually do like the whale skeleton. It's nice. It's just a bit creepy. Right. I'm going to layer up this blue ever so slightly. Just Man Bun actually says, I once had a dream where I was on a school trip, and then Johnny was there for some reason, but they weren't very happy about it. There you go. Look at that. Almost a preview. Oh, we did Sotek Green in the end, didn't we? Right, Sotek Green. The problem, right, with the problem with us wanting to go to a slightly crap museum is that, like, I tend to think even crap museums are kind of brilliant. Like, I'm not sure, I can't think of a crap museum. There are just niche museums, but that's also fun. You know? The Nicer says, time for me to tell everyone they should come up north and go to the Beamish Museum, aka the place where dreams come alive, brackets if your dreams are pretending to be in the 1900s. That would be fun. That one would be good. Wraith Shadowheart has done a super chat, which reads, Group enter stream. Hello, we have come to support your cause. We are normal people, here to do normal things on your stream. How do you normal? We'll all get there. It'll all be alright. We'll have a great time. We'll be very normal. We'll be very supportive of our friend Monster Noodle and of the stream in general, and we'll leave the world a better place than when before we entered the stream. Oh, is this my first raid? Is this what they call raiding? Is it when you end your stream and send people over? Except for the fact that I'm on YouTube, so I have to do it fucking manually? Is that what we're doing? Are we having a raid? I'm so excited. I kind of actually wish raiding was a thing on YouTube. Oh my god, we're doing a raid. Wonder if they'll drop any good loot. That's not how that works. Shut the fuck up, Johnny. Shows the Great and Powerful is another super chat saying Spider-Man does whatever a spider can. Oh god, dear god. Cut to Spider-Man liquefying and drinking the insides of his enemies. Oh yeah, god, that's what he can do. Wow. Manuel Rivera says, yeah, can we go in screaming like Vikings raiding a village? No, class, we talked about this. No, we're on our best behaviour. We're going to go in respectfully. We're going to read the room. We're going to pick up on the vibes. And we're going to fit right in. That's what we're going to do. Oh my god, a raid. I'm actually really excited. just because like every time I see people, you know, who stream on Twitch being like, thanks for the stream, it was great, and thanks to so and so for the raid, that was so much fun. It's like, oh, that seems really lovely. Oh. Whereas with YouTube, it's like, my broadcast is ending. I wish you a good evening. This concludes today's programming. Which is just less exciting, isn't it? Please rise for the national anthem. Spider-Man. Spider-Man. Don't know what our anthem would be. Probably What Do We Do with the Drunken Sailor. Because that's what the intro music is, isn't it? Luke Anthea says we don't normally get to raid from here because we end so late. We can raid into here from Oxtra when it ends at 6. That's a point, yeah. It's quite handy how many people tend to pop over, actually. Claire de Bear has done a super chat saying, I've had a sleepover at the Science Museum. Oh, I've had a sleepover at the Science Museum. I thought you were saying, oh, I've had a sleep over at the Science Museum. Like you just nodded off in the launch pad upstairs. Yeah, they occasionally do sleepovers. It's pretty cool. They've done them in the Natural History Museum as well. That is neat. I've never been to one, but they seem fun. Although I have been in the Natural History Museum before it's opened, because I was there to do some filming, and that was cool. That was like a real treat. Because that place is really important to me. Like, it's, especially at uni, if I was ever feeling really like I'd lost my way, or if I was feeling really like discombobulated or just down about London or whatever, or just down in general, I'd sneak off for the day and go by myself, because it's where I feel close to my family. Like, so I used to go a lot when I was a kid. So, you know how like some people get homesick and go home? I go to either Maritime Greenwich or I go to the Natural History Museum, and that sort of makes me feel grounded, which is pleasant. There you go. So, the Nice Witch says, the best bit about those museum sleepovers is when all the displays come to life. Hold on a minute. I've seen that movie. So, we got some dwarves. We've done some base painting, and we've done a little bit of layering. So now we're going to shade them, add some contrast, which will be nice. Monk says, I did a lot of install builds and some at Natural History Museum, where I'd often see the magnificent Irving Finkel of Royal Game of Ur fame, board game nerding to the max. That's amazing. So here we go. We got these dwarves, and we're gonna shade them. There we go. Or what if we did the LSP museum visit at the British Museum and we just went around pointing at things and going, that's not ours? That would be fun. I'd like that. Monk says, that man's beard is so impressive. This one? It's bloody amazing. I'll tell you what, I haven't painted them yet, but is it this one? Yes, this one. Right, hopefully you can see this. This dwarf's beard goes under his belt and then is tied at the back. So long they have to tie it in like a little bow, almost like it's an apron, so they don't trip up on the astrogranite. Emma Benton says that would be an incredibly long tour of the British Museum. That'd be fun though. Sorry, one sec. Okay. Will says, my local hometown museum has an exhibit on Archie Delaney, an Englishman from the early 20th century who went over to Canada and pretended to be indigenous for fame? Cool. I've read about this guy. Really weird. Very weird behaviour. I think we can all agree. Shade the dwarves. Shade the dwarves. Everyone's shading the dwarves. Two. Oops, shit. I bloody love these. They're just really fun. I've not heard that one before. Emma Benton says, why are the pyramids still in Egypt? Because they were too big for the British Museum to take them. Mm-hmm. Right, well that's the shade on the dwarves. I'll let that sit for a minute. Just need to double check my phone because apparently there's been an attempted mugging outside of my building. That's fun, isn't it? All good. Well, not all good. Somebody nearly got mugged, but you know what I mean. Ooh, Manuel Rivera says, after 9 months of my 1-year exchange, I finally decided to go to the local Warhammer store. On Thursday, I'm going to take a small painting class. Wish me luck, folks. Good luck, Manuel. That's amazing. I hope you have a lovely, lovely time. That is very cool. Oh. Sorry, 1 sec. I'm going to stop fucking around with my phone, I promise. It was time to be real. The social network that I quite like. Anyway. Skull and Boots says, ahoy, comrades. I have arrived precisely when I mean to. Hello, welcome aboard. We're painting some dwarves. I've just shaded them. And now we're just waiting for that shade to dry a little bit, but here's what they look like so far. Just happy little dwarves, really. Just running around, being dwarves. The nicer it says, I want to get Be Real, but try and be on the toilet every single time it's time to be real. It gets me more than you would think. It's got me like 3 or 4 different times when I've been on the toilet. Bob P. Caramel says, does anyone have experience with joining a TTRPG over Discord? Would like to not be a forever GM, but scared of awkwardness or bigotry. Yeah, I guess vet the Discords you're going in. Our Discord's nice. There's also the Outside Xbox Supporters Club, which is good. I'm sure there are some other Discords that people in chat could recommend, but yeah, I would say just have a good long look about the Discords you're in and sort of the people that are there and what they're saying before you make an offer, I guess. But yeah. Right. Are you dry? You dry now? You're dry now. Right. Back in we go. So we're going in with the exact same paint mix we just used, but we're just going to paint it on in a smaller area just to sort of give a sense of highlight. You know how this works by now anyway. Might go in with an even brighter blue, to be honest with you, at some point to do a tiny edge highlight, but we'll see. Don't know what that noise is. I suspect it's little Speedy. Oh no, it's Scout. These are coming out nicely. I am pleased, and I'm glad that, as I suspected, the simplicity of the sculpts is really coming through, but in a nice way that makes them fun to paint. Because yeah, like I say, some of the newer Games Workshop sculpts, especially for like their warlike games, like Warcry and Sigmar to an extent, and 40k, I just find them fiddly in a not fun way. But this is a delight. I'm looking forward to the new Amazon team though for Blood Bowl. I think that'll be fun. And the Norse team was a delight to paint. So I think it's just different sculpting teams, isn't it? Yep. Let's layer up some skin, shall we? That sounds great. Thanks, chat. Jackwood says Frog Witch. Frog Witch. Exactly. There's a Frog Witch now in Blood Bowl. I mean, she's not out yet. But, yeah. She lives in a swamp. She's got some frogs as pals. She can cast a really horrible hex, actually. Morax42 says, out of interest, are there miniature games that don't focus on fighting? As a layman, I've only really heard of Warhammer and the ones I've learned about via Johnny. I would say your best bet is like stuff like Blood Bowl, where people are tackling each other. But it is basically just American football and or rugby. So that's less about fighting. There's Gaslands, which is about racing, but also has guns. So it's like car race fighting. What else? There must be others. I'm glad to see that so many of you are excited to hear about the Frog Witch. She's called Estelle, I think. And she lives in a swamp and she's got loads of frogs on her. Absolutely classic. Peter Fisher says Gravity Rip. That's not a miniature game though. Gravity Rip. Gravity Rip is a TTRPG. Captain Crimbo says Guild Ball is football or soccer with some violence. Isn't Guild Ball discontinued though? Thought they stopped making it. There's like a cyber fantasy football game. Monk says Rangers of Shadow Deep is fighty but collaborative at least. Oh yeah, there are cooperative ones, which is nice, even if they are fight. Let's get a bit of the old pale sand on there. The nice which says nothing is stopping any of you from embodying Frog Witch. Frog Witch is a state of mind. That's kind of beautiful. Although I can't say I care for the Frog Witch's special ability. It seems extremely powerful, but there we go. Right, and then the leather, and then we'll do some final touches to the beards, and then this lot will be done, which is very nice. Should be in plenty of time for us to head on over to twitch.tv/AliJoyPanic to raise some money for lovely community member Monster Noodle. I really love painting worn leather. It's just so easy but so satisfying just to sort of stipple a lighter brown on and just see it really take on like character. Oh, there's that one. Monster Noodle says, I can't stop smiling. I had no idea the community's crossed over enough for you to have heard about the fundraiser. Ellie and I follow each other on Twitter. So, when she posted about it, I was like, I know who Monster Noodle is. And then I thought, well, that's fantastic. So when you popped up in chat, I remembered and thought, let's get this puppy going. For those of you who are just joining us, including Arcadia and Steve Gillies, hello. Get ready, because in half an hour we're doing our first ever raid. Even though it's not a functionality on YouTube. I'm going to send you... I'm going to stop streaming at 7. I'm going to send all of you over to a lovely Twitch channel, which is having a fundraiser for our very own community Monster Noodle. Community member Monster Noodle. Our very own community Monster Noodle. And remember, Mum says it's my turn on the Monster Noodle. So yeah, it's good. We'll be helping raise funds for a good cause. We'll be meeting some fun new pals. We're all going to go over and be very normal. And generally speaking, everyone's going to have a nice time. Yeah, laid up the leather on that one, and then one more. Davy Jones says, "Hi everyone, I just arrived and now I'm been told to be normal." No. For half an hour you can be the weird little goblins you all are. But at 7 we're all going to mosey on over to a lovely Twitch channel and join the chat and just have a nice time while Ellie Joy Panic raises money for our community member Monster Needle. So don't worry, you've got plenty of time to get it out your system. There we go. Right, I just want to do little bits of... The nice switch says, "You best start believing in goblin mode, Miss Turner. You're in one." West Coast Weaver says, "Get a load of this. Johnny thinks Twitch channel is normal. Twitch chat is normal." No, I know Twitch chat can be not normal, but I'm just saying, if we're all going over into Eljoy Panic's chat, then, you know, what is normal for that chat and what is abnormal for that chat will be different to the rules here, you know? I'm just worried everyone's going to come in and be like, "Hey everyone, Gondor's got better asses than Rohan," which is true. But you know, we can just keep that inside for today. Mrs. Home for the Wind says, "Johnny doesn't want us embarrassing them. That's what it is, I see." Hey, you know, look, I didn't say that. You said that. I don't think you'd embarrass me. You know, just be cool. I'm joking. You're all lovely. And I'm excited to go over there and have a nice time. Anonymous says, "Blood Bear cannibal asses are out, I see." Exactly. There you go, you get it. Specifically, that is, they are out, not Blood Bear cannibal asses out, everyone. You know what I mean? Like, it's not like tops off. We're just going to be cool. We're going to be cool. It's going to be great. It's going to be so much fun. Charles the Great and Powerful says, "As I'm playing Spider-Man right now, which of Spider-Man's gallery of rogues has the best ass?" Did we cover this already? I can't remember. I feel like Rhino's probably got like a pretty good butt going on. Chaos says Craven the Hunter. Guy can leap. Interesting. Jack Wood says Sandman. He can shape it however he wants. Interesting. Does that... Should he be disqualified for that? Or is that okay? I'm not really sure how these things work. Claire de Bear has done a super chat saying, "We good and donate pennies and make boss proud." Thank you, Claire de Bear, for getting on board with the program and also for your lovely super chat. That's very kind. I nearly said for understanding the assignment, but that is not for me to use. That is African American vernacular English, as far as I'm aware. And if there's another thing we don't do on this channel, it's appropriate other people's language. Except as an edge case, I guess, when I talk in a French accent. Oh yeah, Venom! Everyone said Venom before. That's right. Yeah, Venom's got a badonkadonk. But then we were like, well, doesn't that just mean that Eddie Brock's got a nice ass? But both of these things can be true. Hermit Prime says Green Goblin. He's always doing squats in his glider. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, we just need to do little touches on the hair / beard. The Nice Rich says, is there a franchise left where we haven't discussed who has the best butt? I'm going to say no, probably not. So, I guess it's time we should start making new ones. Alex Tannenbaum has done a super chat saying, "Hi Johnny, hope you're well today. My son says, well, mostly baby noises, but I think it means Johnny is the best and is the best thing on YouTube." That is very kind. Thank you, child, for saying that in baby noises. I trust your judgment. Suck it, everyone else on YouTube. I've got this thing down. Seriously, though, thank you very much, Alex. That's lovely. It's nice to see you in chat. I hope you're well. I hope parenthood treats you gloriously. Emma Benton says, "Chat, I said this earlier, but our skills are needed. We're trying to identify the new Black Panther based on the singular butt shot we got in the trailer. Our time has come." Wow, yeah. Lisa Hunt has done a super chat saying, "Puts on normal person disguise, grabs emotional support pair. Okay, boss, ready to go do a support of good cause." All right. 20 minutes time, everyone. We're gonna go and be nice over there. So good. We're going to be bloody lovely. Nick Jeffrey says, "Never discuss the best butts on Rainbow." Zippy? Zippy gives, like, big butt energy, but also, obviously, we never see Zippy's butt, you know? You would expect it to be Zippy, wouldn't you? But that's a thing that's never been seen, I think. No, I stand corrected. And the Nice Rich says, "Zippy has big dick energy, but George got that ass." Yep, there we go. All right. Iffy has done a super sticker, sorry. The super sticker is of our friend the pear. The pear is now reclining, as if its activities for the day have left it feeling very good about itself, and occasionally it's waving lasciviously. And the text says, "How's it going?" Excuse me, it's going alright, thanks, Iffy. We're gearing up to do our first ever raid. We're going to pop over to Eljoy Panic's channel on Twitch shortly and raise some money for our good pal Monster Noodle. Because that's what we like to do of a Tuesday afternoon. Just had to approve a really cursed chat message from the nice witch there, but we love her anyway. This might be too light, this grey. We'll find out, won't we? No, it's alright. It's quite a lazy way of painting these whiskers. It's almost just like wet, dry brushing, but sue me. Don't actually sue me, that would be a waste of time for all of us. There we go. Will says, somehow clicking approve on that felt like too much. Can YouTube replace the button with, I guess that's not offensive? I wouldn't hate that, actually. Yeah, that would be quite nice. I'm not technically opposed to this message. Chaos says, wet dry brushing, is that not just painting? Maybe. Maybe. So what if it is? Yes, I think it is. Damn, you got me. You're smart, Chaos. You're often right. Gonna brighten up some of this quote unquote tinny tin. Then we'll go in with a little brassy highlight, I reckon. Maybe, maybe not. Mm-mm-mm. 15 minutes until raid time. Just enough time for another episode of... Oh no, wait, it's just here. Sorry. It's a real bait and switch. Shaw's the Great and Powerful has done a super chat saying, tips for using the Pomodoro method with low energy. So, if anyone is not aware, the Pomodoro method is a method of focusing whereby you do... Some people vary the times, but the way I learned it anyway is you do 15 minutes of work and then you get a 3-minute break. But every fourth 15-minute period you get a 15-minute break. Is that right? Maybe it's 20 minutes. No, I don't think it's 20 minutes. I think it's 15 minutes. But anyway, the idea is you focus, you work, and then you get 3 minutes just to be like, and do what you want. And you get a bit of a longer break. I've used it before, and it's very, very effective under the right circumstances. But if you're low energy, I think if you're low energy, it's just not the right. It's just not the right method to be using, right? Because you're not going to feel like you're able to concentrate during the work periods. You're not going to feel like you're getting much done, and the breaks will feel insufficient. You're just going to wear yourself out. So I'd say just be kind to yourself and slow up. Just slow down. I'd sack off the Pomodoro method anyway. History with Character says, Johnny, is there a difference in painting plastic versus painting pewter? Not really when it gets down to it. I mean, like, pewter... miniatures tend to be more like lumps like this. You don't get as many sort of really skinny sculpts with like spindly arms, say, and when you do, they're a fucking pain because they break off all the time. I'm looking at you, classic Tomb Kings team for Blood Bowl. So plastic models can be sort of like a bit more out there, I would say, but to be honest, once the paint's on them, the main difference is how much this weighs in your hand. That's about it. Corey Amalayam has done another super chat, right? No, it was a super chat. Corey Amalayam has done a super chat anyway, saying, in before raids, just want to say thanks for your streams. It's about the only thing that kept me from just walking off the job today. Oof, that sounds tough. Good job on you for not walking off the job today. That alone has earned you a pat on the back, I dare say, but I'm very, very glad that I was able to be of service in however small or big a way possible. Well done you, and I'm sorry that work's a shitter at the minute. Nick Jeffrey's done another super chat saying, before you go, confused the nurses today. I was wearing my custom-made Egbert tee to the hospital. They had no idea what it was about. Yeah, I imagine, to be honest with you, I imagine there are a few people working in the NHS who aren't well up on the Ox venture, but it was nice of them to, you know, admit it. Maybe we've earned a new viewer. Maybe. Wouldn't surprise me if they were a bit busy, actually. But yeah, that's very sweet though. I kind of think these are done. These are fun to paint. Skull and Boots says, I'm on leave next week and I love my job, but holy wow am I exhausted. Any words of encouragement to get me through the next 3 days? I guess just that there are only 3 days left and then you've got time to just rest and do what you want to do, which is the important bit. I know how bad it is to drag yourself toward that finish line. For me, it's always the very end of the year, like signing off for Christmas. It always feels like there's so much to do. And I just end up exhausted, so I'm right there with you. But yeah, I hope the next 3 days go really smoothly. You can do this. There's some fucking words of encouragement. You can do it. You can absolutely do this. Ah, cool. Yeah, painting some dwarves. That's nice. And we've got 13 minutes until the stream starts, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to start spamming that link in there. There you go, Skull and Boots. Skull and Boots says, I can do this. Yes, you fucking can. So, that's the link you'll need at the top of the hour. Twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. I'm going to pin that because there is an honest-to-goodness fundraiser stream going on at 7, which is in 12 minutes for the benefit of Monster Noodle, who is a lovely part of this community, and also that of Ellie Joy Panic, who is absolutely brilliant. So, if you're not aware of Ellie Joy Panic, she is a partnered Twitch streamer who's just really decent. Emma Blass has done a super chat saying, nice to see Skellies again. My sister is moving to my city next week and came positive for COVID yesterday, so now I have to put off seeing her. Emma, that sucks. I'm very sorry. But if she's moving to your city, at least, you know, it's not like a flying visit that she'd been planning for ages that's now been cancelled. You will at least have more of an opportunity to see one another, but I'm sure that is extremely frustrating. Sorry to hear it. So yeah, fingers crossed that your sister gets through the COVID really smoothly and isn't fatigued and all that kind of stuff. That really does suck, but hopefully it'll come good. Oh, excuse me. Oh, wow. Alright, so I'll stream for like another 5 or 6 minutes, and then I'll give you all time to nip over to twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic, and that'll be nice. Emma Blast says, yeah, she's been living in Jordan since 2018. I at least got to see her last summer. Alright. Well, yeah, I hope you do get to see her soon. The Nice Witch says, okay, everyone, smarten up your Skelly Academy uniforms. Welcome to Skelly Academy. Here is your mug. Here is some ham. What would we give people? I don't know. Hold hands with your buddy, says Will. So I'm trusting you all now, because what we're gonna do is very simple. We're gonna transfer from youtube.com/Johnny Chiodini over to twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. We'll do a head count when we're there. No, we won't. That would be weird. But we'll all meet up there. Monk says it started on Ellie's channel. Has it? Let me have a look. Oh no, I think that's Ellie hosting Lomadia, who is playing GeoGuessr. So I don't think Ellie's live just yet. Chaos says, that reminds me, have you played Escape Academy yet, Johnny? It feels like good stream fodder. I have not yet, but that's a very good point. John Freeman says, will there be a dance-off? Not if I can help it. Goodness. Can Monster Noodle fight the giant pear? We're raising money for Monster. Well, Ellie Joy Panic's raising money for Monster Noodle. It's not a fight club. It's not a fight pit. You know. We're just all gonna get on the bus, and by bus I mean we're all gonna go to twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic, and we're just gonna watch the stream and be nice and donate some cash. That's what we're gonna do. So, Manuel Rivera says, how are we counting heads over there? I'll do that, don't worry. It's a silent head count, so we're not all in there being like, 1, because that would just be a weird way to spam chat. So there we go. Stephen Anderson says, I didn't mean for money. What, so we're making them fight for free? That's worse. At least there's a fight purse. Nick Chinamo Smith says, it could have the Latin for "It's orphans, boss" as the motto. That's quite tempting. So, right. Let's see, it's 8 minutes to. Here's what we're going to do, friends. I think, basically, let's try and tank the viewers on my own stream. I've pinned it now. I've pinned it to the top of chat, twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. Will says, remember the funny prank where we all go over to Ellie's channel and donate £10 to Monster Noodles Fund? It's a funny prank. That's what we're going to do. So I'm looking at my concurrent viewers right now. It's just gone up by 2, which is awkward. But at the top of chat, there's a link to twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. Open that up and close this stream. Go away. Is this how raids work? Is how fucking YouTube to Twitch raid works? Because I can't automatically send you there. Leave a like on the way out if you want to. But go on, sling your hooks. I'm going to get... Steve Gilly says, now? Yeah, why not? It'll start when it's ready, and that means that you can have a 5-minute break. Nice Witch says, what if I have both windows open? Well, the cat's going to get out, isn't it? Eh? Melody Williams says, bye. Melody gets it. Nevermore says, bye. Nevermore gets it. You can actually go to a person's Twitch chat even if they're offline, so go chat there. Right, there we go. This is Mr. Tom for the win. Thank you for your Twitch knowledge. Oh yeah, look, chat. Welcome to chat room. Brilliant. See you all over there. I'm going to get aggressively more boring as we reach the end of the stream. It's Tom for the Wins chatting over at Ellie's. That's good. Go on. 163. Still watching. Will says turn all the lights on and start playing Travis. It was Semisonic, wasn't it? 158, that's more like it. I do really like Travis, though. 148, that's better. John Freeman says multiple tabs. That's not what I asked for, though, John, is it? John Hall says I'm in both, lol. That's not lol. Literally what I asked you not to do. Go on. All of you. Twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. Start watching this stream. I'm not painting anything else. $136, that's more like it. John Freeman says, okay, bye then. Lovely seeing you. There we go. Thank you. See ya. Go on. Off you go. West Coast Weaver says I'm there, but there's no current stream on the old ones. Ellie's not live yet. But she will be. And you can go to the chat room now. Twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. Go now. Stream's nearly starting. We're going to raise money for one of our community members who's also one of Ellie's community members, and that's really important. So I've still got over 100 concurrents. Go away. I'll just go to the goodbye screen. That'll kick you all out. You'll sod off then, won't you? Twitch.tv/EllieJoyPanic. Go now. Bye.